Welcome back for another video. I'm Eharbad, a free-to-play endgame player in Raid Shadow Legends. Today is day 13 of the Morrigaine fusion, and we still have a bit of work to do. We still have 2 more rares to get, and we still need to level up these epics a little bit further. Obviously, we want to be using the legendary tomorrow ideally, so we will be well within the clan v clan window and get the additional points there. There's a bit of an update. I've taken a slightly risky approach, particularly given we have no RSL helper at the moment. Work was super busy and I really didn't have time to play, so it looks like we have a lot of work left to do. As you can see, we still need 1,000 points from Ice Golem, so we're going to have to really knuckle down and get it done. I've actually spent quite a lot of today in Minnow, with Leoris farming Theodore's masteries. Theodore was not geared at the time, so it was taking around 16 to 20 seconds each run. Been in there with the 2 of them most of the day, just getting the masteries done. So a similar time, even with now Theodore has gear. I managed to get enough scrolls to get Theodore to his 2nd tier 5. But there's still obviously more scrolls to go if I want to max the masteries, but I don't think I need the 3rd tier 5, so I'll probably just leave it there for the time being. I'll be honest, I've probably only done this because I pulled Tio and I really wanted to play with the new shiny toy. Otherwise, I probably would have just done a normal team to farm stage 25. In fact, the one I showed in the video yesterday. But I have tried to do Tio as a solo farm on stage 25 Ice Golem with negative affinity, but the second wave just hits too hard, particularly when Seeker gets the increased attack up on the entire wave. But as a duo with Crypt King Groll, it actually works really well. So you've got Crypt King there providing the AoE HP burn for Theodore to explode, and you also have Crypt King providing a freeze. So if we consider really what Theodore's going to be doing, puts on poison zone, poison sensitivity on all enemies, and gives the allies an increased speed. He's then going to increase the duration of both poison and HP burn, and then instantly activate both of them. So, with 2 poisons and HP burn coming from Crypt King, that's a lot of damage on the waves. If we just click play, we'll run through it, and you can see how the run plays out. And this way I've got the other epics coming in there, getting some levels. Hopefully we'll unlock one of the rares shortly through Dungeon Divers, and then we'll be able to swap in that 5th slot to be one of those rares, and we're getting like absolute maximum efficiency. It's completely unnecessary, but because we pulled Theodore, I thought it'd be fun for us to see if we could get a solo farm for stage 25, which I don't think is possible, but at least we do have a duo going. Like, it's ridiculous, but that's the whole fun of having a champion as completely busted as Theodore. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with him across all the dungeons, coming up with interesting combinations of champions to try. In fact, tomorrow we have we're going to have to do some Spider, because Spider has 2x points on CVC, and we want to finish leveling up. By that point, we'll have the last 2 rares, and we want to fuse the last epic and obviously rank the epic up. We might as well do some of that in Spider. So I want to see if I can get some kind of interesting team going for Spider 25 using Theodore, preferably as no more than a duo. I mean, I know that you can use, say, like Achak and a burner in stage 25 as a duo, and that does work. I haven't actually tried it myself, but I know clanmates that do that. But since we have Theodore, I feel like it would be more fun to try and do something a bit different that uses Theodore, and it's entirely possible we'll end up trying this exact duo again, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Otherwise, Achak is an option as well. But I think you do need a burner, particularly against Spider. I think if anything, this duo might do it again, but we'll have to just kind of see how that plays out tomorrow. So I mean, the truth is, I have a lot of farming to get done. I need to get 1,000 points on Ice Golem. We don't have an auto clicker. I just need to use this team. It takes sort of between 1:15 and 1 minute 30, roughly. Pretty consistent overall. And just got to keep on running it until we get the, 1,000 points remaining done. I think it will take about an hour, not too long. We can obviously do some of it tomorrow morning. Not really too much of an issue there. We have a little bit of time before Ice Golem finishes. We have a bit of time in the morning, particularly on the way to work, on the commute, to get a few more runs done. It's funny, these two have so much control that even the waves can sometimes struggle to even get a turn to be able to kill the food to give them the speed ups from the support tree. In terms of gearing, I basically transferred Richoff or Crypt Kings. They were sharing the same gear set. Basically, Theodore now has that gear set. And then I rebuilt Crypt King in kind of a blend of gear. So I've actually taken some of Nullhorn's pieces off him and a few other pieces from some other champions. So we're going to slowly look to kind of rebuild all of these regen-based champions of mine, kind of some kind of cohesive priority list, with Theodore getting the absolute best gear, then Crypt King, then probably Venomage, and then probably Nullhorn. And sadly for people like Dark Kale, it kind of will get left by the wayside because Theodore's just too strong. In terms of resources, I have spent 400 gems today, pushing Theodore's masteries. We do have 500 energy left, so we will come up a little bit short on the Ice Golem just from that energy. As you can see, we still need probably about 900 energy to go into Ice Golem, potentially a touch more. But we do have another 100 energy from Tag Team. We have another 125 energy from Classic Arena Takedown. And moreover, we have quite a few energy rewards from the Clan v Clan milestones. So what we've got, like 150, 400. So 400 energy total there, in addition to the 545 and the 2 additional energy nodes that I mentioned in our tournaments. I think we've got enough energy without using any more gems to finish off the Ice Golem tournament, no problem. And then in terms of Dungeon Divers, we only need, 400 more points. So we'll easily get that 400 points whilst we get the 1,000 points from Ice Golem. As I mentioned, we've got spider objectives here on a 2x, so we'll look to level up those champions in a Spider 25 duo team, ideally using Theodore, our new toy. So in terms of gearing quickly, what I've done, I've put Crypt King in a high effective HP, pretty quick regen plus immortal set, looking for that 350 resistance and about 225 accuracy. We've gone a little bit over on the accuracy, but this is what the gear that came out of it. And in terms of masteries, it's the kind of classic oppressor. If I do get some more scrolls on him, I will pick up Master Hexer. I have no reason not to. And then otherwise, we've got Rejuvenation. I actually quite like Tough Skin. I think it gives you better stat value than Defiant. Debatably, you could go down the Bloodthirst route if you were looking to make him be a pure solo farmer. And then Theodore, currently unfinished masteries. We've gone straight down. I don't actually need the additional accuracy. I built him with enough accuracy not to need that. I did decide to get both the Exalt and the Bloodthirst, as I really wanted to try and get him to be able to solo Ice Golem 25. And I thought that might give him the best kind of hope to do so. We then do have the Spirit Haste. We've got the Master Hexer. We got the Oppressor. So we've kind of gone straight down the support tree, and we picked up the kind of high value defense nodes. In terms of what else, we could get Charge Focus. We could get Blast Proof. There's a few options. We could end up getting Resurgent if we wanted to. We could pick up Cycle of Magic. I'm kind of leaving that a little bit open at the moment because I want to see him not just in this part of the game, but in other areas, and kind of get an idea as which last mastery options I think will be strongest. I mean, he's just an insane champion. So I really can't wait to kind of try him in some more areas of the game once CVC is finished and we actually have a little bit of time to play around, which probably, I guess, will realistically be the weekend. Week tends to be pretty busy, not a lot of time, particularly if I want to try and record one of these videos. It's quite difficult, to be honest, to fit it all in. Yeah, so for the time being, we're just going to use him in the events as and when they pop up, which means tomorrow we'll be seeing if we can include him in a duo team for Spider 25, and when the single faction tournaments start, obviously when the Night Revenant one rolls through, we'll be throwing him in once more and seeing what we can do with him. I think in terms of today's video, we'll probably leave it there. I'm not doing the Ancient Guaranteed for the Epic. I am protesting against Plarium's decisions to give us these kind of disappointing guaranteed champions. I don't agree with them, and I think the only way that will encourage them to give us more interesting events is if we don't participate in the ones that are the most egregious of them all. As for tomorrow's Void champion, I do understand that she is a stronger champion and that people are a bit more on the fence on her. I will look again at the champion kit tomorrow when that guaranteed drops and make a final decision tomorrow. My knee-jerk kind of feeling is that I don't want to participate because I do want to do that protest. That said, when I briefly looked at her kit earlier today, I do think she'll probably be quite strong for the faction. She does provide a nice bit of healing for the faction and obviously has some interesting, quite unique mechanics. So I think if I were to relent on either of them, it would be on her, but I'm definitely not going to pull today's guaranteed epic. Right then, I think we'll leave the video there. It's not like a particularly long or exciting video. It is CVC. We're going to be maximizing our points in CVC, which is going to come from doing a lot of tag team, a lot of forging, running stage 25 wherever possible. I have a dedicated video about how to maximize your CVC points, particularly from a free-to-play perspective, and how you get that maximum efficiency if you have limited resources. Obviously, if you are a big spender and you have less limited resources, you will need to optimize in a different manner. It becomes more about what's the maximum CVC points per minute or per hour you can output, rather than what's the maximum CVC points per energy or per gem. So for me, I'm looking at the maximum efficiency in terms of resource spend rather than in terms of time. It's always an important distinction to make. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your feedback is always welcome, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Bye for now.